I'm saying that if a man who's talking about, like Thomas, a man who's in the top 15% of earners are black men, and
Okay.
is willing to step in and marry you, that puts you in the 1 out of 4 black women that will ever marry in their lifetime. You should treat him like a king.
What up, what up, what up? This is Mike the Philosopher here with another ranking from Kevin Samuels, the legend. Hit that like and subscribe while you're here. Check this out.
How are you?
I'm
That's
good.
a girl.
How are you?
I'm well. What you got for me?
I'm 38.
Mm-hmm. So what do you have for me?
I wanted you to assess what you thought my value was because I do date. I just got back on the market, and I prefer high value men.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Of course.
Well, I'm not really doing ratings, but I can give you an idea. But I'm saying I'm really not doing ratings, but I can give you a general idea.
Okay, let's go.
I'm going to give her a rating too at the end of this show, so watch out for that. This is the Blackmanrankings, so I will be doing that. Let's go back in.
I'm 5'7".
Dress size?
4.
How much did you weigh last time you weighed yourself?
130. It was like 136.
Okay.
Not bad.
Any children?
Yes.
How many?
1.
Age and gender?
9. Female. Got a girl.
Okay.
Baby girl.
Okay. You were married to her father?
I wasn't.
Okay. Hard truth. I even said it earlier on Instagram, so if you go back, you'll see it. A kid knocks 2 points off of every woman.
Okay.
2.
Okay.
So let's say if you're a 10 and you have a kid, you drop to an 8. If you're 9, you drop to a 7. Because it's that big of a deal. Are you looking to get married?
I am.
Okay. Are you?
For me, I kind of agree with Kevin, but I would say every kid knocks 1 point off for you. For me, with women. So if you have 1 kid, it knocks 1 point off of your ranking. If you have 2 and 3, so forth and so on, it knocks 3 points off if you got 3 kids. I'm not sure how his system is where it's just 2 points no matter how many kids you got. But for me, it's like 1 point for every child that you got. So the more you got, the more you lose. Let's go back in.
You 38?
Yeah.
I
turned 39
looking to have any
in
more
February.
children? Okay, you're looking to have any more children?
It depends. It depends on my mate. I do date older men, so if he ends up being a certain age, then I'm going to opt out of that. But I would like to have another child. I would like for my child to have siblings.
Okay.
Just maybe 1.
Okay, so, and the thing is, when you put this high, and you're like a CPA or something?
No, I work for a public accounting firm. I'm in advisory. I've been in corporate finance for 16 years.
Okay, so automatically, what starts to complicate things is when women start talking about high value men tend to you don't tend to become high value until you're 35 or 40 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Then they want babies.
Right.
And you already got your baby.
But I got 1.
Again, you got 1, but logistically, take you out of it.
Yes.
You know that if a man is has had to wait and delay gratification, he's going to want to have more than 1 kid. He's going to want to have 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the only child. I tell men don't do 1. 2 is So 3 is
Okay.
not in the repertoire. So
It's
you're
not.
looking for an extremely specialized, high value guy. You're looking for a guy who wants one kid. And it's all right with being a stepfather.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What state are you in?
I'm in Houston, Texas.
Oh, geez. Yeah. And Houston is loaded with finesse niggas. Woo!
I know, man.
I gotta ask, why high value? Why does he need to make that much money?
Well, it's not even about it's about a well-rounded man that's been groomed properly. First of all, I've been in corporate finance for a long time. Then where
Yeah.
I'm going,
What that
where
got to
I'm
do with
going.
it?
You got to tell me that. It comes down to this: if you got married, it's
He has
coming
to be
down to
able to
money.
match my fly at least.
And then what's that?
Mentally.
But what is the income though?
Where's my income?
Give me a range. Don't give me specifics.
We in the 6 figures. We doing well. We doing well, and I was doing well as an entrepreneur.
And do you care if he's black or not?
I don't care if he's black or not. I prefer
But
me a
still, it's
good black
2%.
man. But
Is
I
your
don't.
child? Is
I
your
don't.
father?
I don't.
Is your child's father black?
Yes, he is.
All right. So it will matter, because it will matter because
Yeah.
tend to be so 8% of black men earn more than 6 figures. And you want him to match your fly. And because here's what it comes down to. If I
Yeah.
gave you, call him James. Actually, call him Kenneth. Kenneth. And you and
No,
Kenneth
my daddy named Kenneth. Please
all right,
don't.
well, call him Thomas. I don't know.
Okay,
You and Tom.
kid.
Thomas.
All right.
You and Thomas is doing fine. And Thomas is making 60. He's a master plumber, and he gets $60 an hour, but he's really making $65,000, $70,000 a year. He's in the top 15% of black men. But you and Thomas decide to get serious, and you want to get a home, and you're going to get a home based upon his income? No, you're going to want a home based upon your income and your lifestyle and his income. But then it comes down to this. Let's just say the mortgage is $2,500.
Okay.
You were paying $1,700 of that, and he'd be paying $800. Every bill that came down, you'd be paying 2/3 of it, and he's paying 1/3 of it. Everything. Every gallon of gas you bought, you paying 2/3 and he's paying 1/3. Every gallon of gas in his car, you paying 2/3, he's paying 1/3. And this is where the shit you see her take the drink has got tight. She's like, oh shit.
Look, this ain't nothing for some tea. I ain't playing with you. I'm listening.
But the thing is, it gets real there because it is hard for women to really think about splitting their money like that with a man.
It's not so much difficult for me to think about it exactly because I think about the opportunity for us to become accredited investors now. That's why I think about the threshold.
So she's on the power couple. Let's be this power couple type of person. Again, this is why men don't really care about how much money a woman make, because it doesn't matter. The woman is always going to want a man that makes more than her. Now, it don't sound like she's all that much into it, but hypergamy is a real thing. And he got to match my fly and all that. Ain't that what she said? He got to match my fly. We got to get into these investments, and we got to do this and be this power couple. And then, things still don't work out. You you break up, you divorce, you split everything, and then you rinse and repeat. It's like, before you start thinking about, this is what I don't understand about a lot of women. Why is it that you don't talk about none of the character things? You only go after the superficial stuff. He gotta make this amount of money. She didn't really get into detail about some of the characteristics in a man that she would like. She went straight for the money.
That's a good point, Fred.
Okay, let's say you get a guy with that kind of money, but he ain't got all the other characteristics that you are looking for. You're going to marry that guy strictly off his dollar amount. You're going to find out he ain't got all this, he ain't modest, he ain't caring, he ain't chivalrous, he ain't none of that. Then you divorce him, and then you rinse and repeat, and you keep doing the same thing. Women need to really stop looking for, I'm not saying don't find a man who's a provider, but do that got to be the first thing on your list? Why is that always the first thing on your list? That's like a man saying, okay, well, you know, I need sex from a woman, you know, on the first date every time. Oh, what kind of woman she? I don't really care what kind of woman she is. I just want to smash the first night. That's what I want to do. I mean, it's the equivalent. It's really the equivalent from man to woman. Now you see how ridiculous it sounds for a man to, you know, go after the one first thing that he wants. But that's what women are doing. And they don't have no shame in doing it. This is why, you know, a lot of relationships are not lasting because the women are looking for the wrong things in men. Let's go in.
Okay, so there are several things I'm thinking about, and then I know strategy. So I could take a plumber and have him have an entire business because that's the way that my mind works, and so I would make that work for us.
Put your penis up.
Facts.
Max, that's not a fair comparison. RuPaul is more feminine.
Somebody laughing.
You see what you just did? You see what you just did?
See how
I gave you a man who's out doing just fine on his own, and you got to go make him earn one and be like you. That ain't gonna work, boo.
It's not. So
because you're gonna emasculate the hell out of him. Because it's like, well, now I've been at Thomas. She's been a plumber for 20 years, and you just happy, yeah. But now she got me trying to have a truck and this and that going over here and that. Right? But why? Well, because she's used to Birkin bags. You know, she thinks we can become accredited investors. And what's that gonna be like sitting up in the bed on Sunday when Thomas wants to sleep in? Hey, you know, you should get up and start that website. We can do this. We can do that.
Now you see why I say somebody got to be on the same frequency as me. Somebody that enjoy.
This is what I meant by women. Just a lot of women, not all women, but a lot of women just want to be men. They just want to be men. They want to do traditionally men roles. They want to be the man that they want. They want to be that man. You know, and do all it. Meanwhile, I'm wondering about her other skills. I'm wondering about her feminine skills. How good are you at those feminine skills? The cooking, the cleaning, the nurturing, the all of those things that men actually seek out and look for. I mean, I know you want a partner, but you know, I can be a business partner with my homie. I don't need to be that with my woman. I could be that with my woman, but when I come home, I don't want to think about business. I want to get rid of the world when I come home. I want you to be my comfort when I come home. I don't want our pillow talking about the stock options and mutual funds. That's not sexy pillow talk to me. You see what I'm saying? I don't need that in my life. I need you to be a area of peace, a woman of peace, of comfort. And you talking about, you know, building this empire and to impress who? For what? I care more about my peace than I do about impressing everybody else. I want to live a comfortable life and now I'm ambitious. But at the same time, when I come home, I'm not looking for that. Not especially from you. I need you to help me turn that off so that I can relax because I need that part of my life. Now, if I'm living and sleeping with my business partner, that's not, I'm gonna need it. You're gonna have to give me a side chick. I'm gonna need a side chick because I'm gonna need a stress release at some point. You know, I don't know if y'all watched this one program. What was it? Married Huntsville or something like that. I think it was Huntsville. It was a married couple in Huntsville, Marcel and I forgot the wife's name, but y'all probably know what I'm talking about. That was their dynamic. They were both business partners. They were power couple, this, that, and the third. But she was so into business that he wasn't getting the soft woman at home, so he had to get a side chick. And you know, if y'all know who I'm talking about, you know they divorced and everything, and it didn't work out. Men need a safe place, a place of peace. And I don't think a lot of women understand that. Let's go back in.
Is preparing and
But you're
creating
on
the
a
legacy.
masculine frequency.
Oh, okay.
You're not on the right. You're on a masculine frequency.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So if you want somebody on that, okay, are you all right being 1 of 5?
Oh, I already had this scenario, and I didn't like that.
Well,
I was just talking about. I was just talking about that. 1 of 5. She said she was in that scenario. She didn't like it. Okay, well, how about this? 1 of 4. Let's try that one and see if you can rock with that one. Okay, I promise I'll give you more attention. Let's go in.
then are you all right with letting Thomas just be? You're not going to accept Thomas.
Why does Thomas have to be my scenario though? When I'm surrounded by men that are like engineers and
Because they don't want baby mamas. They're 40 years old. Because they want somebody to give them, because an engineer like myself who had to work to make up, I want 3 of my own kids and I don't be paying for yours.
That's exactly right. And, you know, I once said, though, that women who have kids or multiple kids, they should start looking at alternative ways to have relationships. They should start looking at that. And I think all the women who don't have kids and, you know, they could probably seek out a traditional type of just you and me monogamy relationship. But once you start having kids and stuff, I think you should start opening up your relationship parameters a little bit, you know, just to give yourself a better shot of having a man under the roof. You know, because it is a bigger responsibility. It's more of a risk for a man, and it has to come with some kind of perks to deal with that. You know, it has to come with some kind of perks. You know, we won't, you know, I have maybe a side piece or whatever, and you can be in the mix, and for that exchange, I'll take on you and your kid or kids or whatever. You know, I can still be there and be that role model and that father figure for them. But we got to strike a deal. We got to strike some kind of deal. Women don't want to strike a deal. They want all the benefits. And men are waking up to that. And we're not going to just take these, you know, so-called traditional ways and not get something out of this. I mean, we got to strike a deal. Let's go back to the table and negotiate, because the way it is right now, I'm not getting enough out of this. It's not worth the risk. It's just like an investment. You gotta do the math to determine the risk involved. And this is too risky. I don't want to risk it. Let's go back in.
But I've been paying for mine.
Yeah, every dollar I put in your kid's mouth is a dollar I'm not putting in my kid's mouth.
But is there an
listen. Let's take it away from you because it gets too personal.
Okay.
How was your child? How was a single mother's child an asset to another man? Come on, accountant.
Only in the legacy that she lives and leaves.
But she's not an asset to me because there's no DNA tied to me. She's
Right.
9 years old. That man would be putting into your baby daddy's legacy. I would just be paying it. That's a bad investment.
Ooh.
It's your investment, but I've been a stepfather. I can't go get the money back that I put into my stepson.
And I have been a stepfather. I can't get the money I put into my stepdaughter. Just can't. I love her. Still do to this day. That's my girl. I don't treat her any different than my bio kids. But, you know, she's not genetically my legacy. She's not genetically my legacy, and that's okay. It's not as if there's any much difference in love. It's just difference in legacy, and she will be her mother's and her father's legacy. But I'm not getting the money back. I'm not asking for it back. You know, I was her father, and she was my daughter, and I took on that responsibility when you know, I married her mother. But, you know, I would be lying if I said that it was all reward, or some might say even all appreciated, you know. But, you know, that's just the thing you take when you are a step parent. I have no regrets. I have no regrets about it. But at the same time, is it my genetic legacy? No. But that's still my girl. But anyway, let's go in.
But
Just go. And
well,
all the dollars I put into that, even though it was there, I have to accept the fact that it didn't go into my daughter's mouth.
right.
Because as stepfathers, you have no legal claim.
Facts.
And how many stepchildren, how many times do you see somebody stepping up to get the ticket an award and they want to say, I thank my stepdaddy. They always thank their stepmama or their mother. And man, you know how this goes. So your ambition.
Let me say this. Fathers in general don't get much props. Even if they under the roof of their kids. Fathers in general, like Father's Day come around, crickets. Okay? Fathers don't really get many props, period. You think a stepfather is gonna get props? Really? Where are they doing that at? I'm moving. Wherever they're doing that at, I'm there. But I haven't seen where stepfathers get high praise or props. Haven't really seen it much. And that goes for fathers in general. So he has a point there. Let's go back.
You make too much and you waited too long to have a lot of opportunities in this area.
That's true. I agree with you on that.
So why did you wait this long?
I was really focused on entrepreneurship, like during my 20s. I really enjoyed my career, and I honestly did not take dating seriously. I was really dating for fun because I was really more so focused on my career.
So you were married.
And the only time I took it seriously was after I was forced to settle down, which by having my daughter at 30. And then it was like, okay, well, now I understand the value of
right.
partnership.
And so, and when I do this broadcast next week, and I explained to Black women how they bought into this dream more than anybody else.
I agree with you on that.
And unfortunately, I can't undo that because you can't get those years back.
Right.
You will focus on your career. Okay.
But that's how our parents advised us, honestly.
That's what
Even
they were sold.
my daddy advised me like that.
Well, but the thing is, I'm not going to, look.
But I think
she's actually right about that. That's what they were sold. The men and the boys and the girls, the men and the women, they were sold at. Entrepreneurship, get your money, get the bag, get your career straight, so you know you can survive out here. And the girls especially, and not only were the girls really pushed in that, but they were actually supported, even more so than the boys were. You know, if you got two kids, a son and a daughter, and one of them is going to college because you can't afford both of them going to college, guess which one going to college? The daughter. Okay, guess which one can stay home the longest? The daughter. The daughters were more supported in pushing them towards independence, entrepreneurship, and career driven. The boys, figure it out. You man up. You're a boy. Figure it out. You know, that's what's expected of a lot of the boys coming, especially in our community, coming out. And you know, we had to figure it out. I had to figure it out. You know, and that's just how it was in a lot of our community. So she's right. They did push that, and I would say fathers can be just as bad with this as the mothers can, because the fathers really want their daughters going to college, baby. I'll pay for it, or I'll do this. I'll help you out. Never mind your brother. He's a bum. I'm going to help you out, though. You go and you be all a woman you can be. Don't ever depend on no man. You ain't got to learn how to cook, clean, this, that, and that. That's just how that generation was. With, you know, a lot of the men were just as bad as the mothers. Probably even worse, I would say, because they were overprotective of their daughters to the point where they taught them, you know, men ain't ish, and they need to go out there and be all a woman they can be, and they supported them as much as they possibly could to be that type of woman, to the point where a lot of them feel the ones that have fathers say, well, my daddy told me y'all ain't nothing and I need to go get my career, so that's what I'm gonna do, and he told me I'm the best thing on earth and I walk on water, and you know, that's why you got to be this way to get with me, and this, that. That's why their real expectations are so unrealistic, is because the fathers are just as worse as some of the mothers when it comes to some of this stuff. So, you know, that's just how it is. That's how I see it. Let's go back in.
Like I said, the problem is that non-black women in your position don't look at their men with contempt.
I agree.
I have had clients who make far more money than their male counterparts, their husbands, and they are submissive. And they're not trying to get their husbands to become copies of them.
Maybe it's because I associate blue collar work with, and this is my own fallacy, and I apologize to anybody that may feel slighted by this statement, but I'm just being transparent. Like, maybe I associate blue collar work with not being well traveled, intellectual,
Where have you
not
traveled
being
to?
I'm sorry?
Where have you traveled to?
I've been to the Philippines, Japan. There's several places.
Shout out to the Philippines. I'm gonna be going there pretty soon. Y'all check out those videos that's gonna be coming up. I have all pictures and all videos on that event. Check that out when I do that. But yeah, BMR is headed to the Philippines. Let's go back in.
Places I haven't been, but I've been a few places overseas. I've been, of course, a lot of places domestically. I have a bucket list though. I know of places I would like to go. There are places I plan on going in 2021 also with my daughter, you know, to start helping her
Who's
understand
her father?
the world.
Is her father a high value man?
He does well for himself. He is an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't want to go into too much detail, but he's not living a lifestyle that's in alignment with mine.
All right. So you put yourself in a position because
I know.
Like I said last night, your income and your education do not matter.
Right.
To the kind of men, they don't matter. Like, and that's what you're judging men on. And You know, and the guys who are actually effectively around what could work for you, you think they're beneath you.
I don't think they beneath me. I just
Well,
I just
don't think
try
they're
to.
beneath you. Your money, your money or your education doesn't make you high value. They're
Right.
just not. What you didn't say is if you met a guy who was in the top 15% of earners of black men, you didn't say, "Oh, I would be happy and be thankful I got someone who'd be willing to step in and be a stepfather to my daughter and would be willing to take on the liability of another man's responsibility." And
We didn't get to that part yet.
but no, but because we didn't get to that because you automatically said that you would try to get him to make more money and do other things other than realizing
I see
that
what you're saying.
he is giving you one of the biggest gifts of all. He is accepting your lack of giving him children and taking on somebody else. You should be washing his feet with your hair.
Okay. Okay, so out of the eligible men that are
And
available to
man,
me right now and
yeah,
dating me right now, you saying that I should just be thrilled that these men are into me the way that they are?
I'm not saying I don't know the eligible men that you're dating. I'm saying that if a man who's talking about like Thomas, a man who's in the top 15% of earners of black men and
Okay.
is willing to step in and marry you, that puts you in the one out of 4 black women that will ever marry in their lifetime. You should treat him like a king for the fact that he's willing to do that, in addition to the fact that you have a child by another man that he has to pay for.
I agree with you.
And ask him how many children would you like to have with your wife? Probably going to be more than one, but he's going to accept one from you. And he has to raise one that you already have. He's the one that will be sacrificing a lot. So instead of trying to get him to do anything else, you should be, honestly, it's like, oh, thank you. Because see, what used to happen when women used to have children out of wedlock,
Yeah,
you were a pariah. No one wanted you. In
I
China,
understand.
and you've been overseas, try this shit in Japan. Try it in Korea. You know what they call you over there? Women who are unmarried over age 27 are called leftover women. Leftovers. But women who have children out of wedlock are pariahs. And we used to do that in this country, but we've made it okay to where you can even go sit up in a church with a child. To where you just think a man should accept it and be like, it's no big deal because I can take care of my daughter. But understand, you got a daughter.
Well, the shame was taken out of women with kids or out of wedlock because the country found a way to monetize it. Okay, once they start monetizing the stuff, all shame, all of that is removed. All of don't make her feel ashamed. We've monetized it. It's okay. You know, as everybody know, child support courts get money, get $1 for every dollar they collect. They get federal money from the feds, so they have incentive to collect money from the fathers because that money to the mother is their money also. So if they get $1 for every dollar that they collect, then they got all the incentive in the world to go after fathers. So if this is now a cash cow, then we're not gonna shame the women anymore. Okay, they're making us too much money doing this, and they're not married. That's exactly what we want. We want them unmarried so that we can do the child support thing. So once that was done, once the state and pretty much the country figured out a way to monetize that, all shame was released. Don't shame these women no more. They're making us too much money. They're our customers. They're not our customers. They're our partners in business right now. So we have to take care of our partners in business. Anyway, let's go in.
All right.
I did.
All right.
I do have a daughter.
So let's just say change his name to whatever. Let's change his name to something sexy like Boaz. You marry Boaz, and Boaz is matching your flow. Boaz is a $110,000 insurance salesperson.
Okay.
All right, he's doing this thing. Woo! You and Boaz got Boaz Jr. And then your daughter turns 14, 15 years old. You and Boaz were married 5 years. And then one day you come home and your daughter's in tears and say, "What's wrong, baby?" "Boaz touched me." Boaz is dead. Everything that Boaz, first thing you're gonna do is fuck Boaz, fuck my kid, fuck everything else. What you do to my daughter, you got to deal with your ex-husband or your baby daddy, because she gonna tell his daddy. Boaz has to, being a stepfather to a daughter in the Me Too generation, is asking for a lot of problems.
Trust me, which is why when she was born, I literally said, I ain't dating. I said, fuck it. I said, I'm going to wait till she 18. But now I would like a companion, so.
I know what you would like now, but the thing is, you have to ask yourself, what am I asking a man to do for me?
Okay.
And that's why I said that women with kids gonna have to start striking deals with men. You can't have it all. Come to the table with good intentions and sincerity, and let's strike a deal, okay? Because right now it's too risky. Who will buy a risky stock? Nobody. A lot of people don't even believe in crypto. It's too risky. A lot of people don't believe in penny stocks. Too risky. There's a lot of things that out there, get rich quick schemes. Too risky. There's a lot of things that people don't believe in. So men are going to approach the table like, I heard this song and dance before. And yeah, you trying to present a good package. It sounds good, just like a get rich quick scheme does. It sounds good, but I got burned before. I'm not trying to. I've heard this story before. I'm not going for this. Okay, you're gonna have to give me some kind of extra insurance, or you're gonna have to give me some more benefits to even consider this risk, because right now I see the risk is too high. So what else are you willing to work out? Because I've heard all this before. Trust me, I've heard this a lot in the past, and I always got burned in the end. I'm not trying to repeat the cycle. So you're gonna have to come with me with a better deal than what you're talking about. Yeah, the package looks good. Yeah, I heard your testimonies and all this other stuff. Yeah, it sounds good. Again, I've been through this before. I don't care how good it sounds. You're gonna have to strike a different deal with me. So let's renegotiate. Let's go back to the table.
See, you ladies are good at saying what you want. And what I'm good at doing is asking you what the kind of men you want. But then when you have a child, much less a daughter, you asking a man, I mean, you know how this happens. I mean, if she says something, it's guilty until proven innocent.
Trust
now,
me.
Remember what I said. You and Boaz had a child, Boaz Jr. Wouldn't matter. Boaz Jr. is there. Now, Boaz Jr. got to see how his mom has turned on his mom for his stepsister. Think that he going to like his stepsister? And God forbid she was just doing it just to be malicious. Because, you know, how many times kids, will call CPS, children use stuff. Man, all these things are in a man's mind. This is why
I understand.
we have gotten to the point to where, you should not marry before you have children. And if you have a child, you should marry the child's father because you guys have the investment. This is why I say it's all liability for a man. All liability.
Understood.
So I get what you want. I do. But you know, like I know, you want a man on a certain kind of income level, and I don't know if you got enough there to make somebody who has those kind of options pick.
But they've been choosing me though.
Choosing you for what?
Well, for one, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Can I be for real?
Yeah.
When I talk to other men about the option of women, I can be honest with you. A lot of women can be beautiful, but they lack substance.
Get an amen. Make it go a little faster.
Amen.
Thank you, baby.
All right.
That's one of my pluses.
Choosing you for what, though? Choosing you for what?
Right now, since I've been on the dating scene, they choosing me to date and date with a purpose. We date with a purpose.
No. Tell me, choosing. See, this is what I talk about. Women will take the mistake that a man will choose you or deal with you as if that means he was going to marry you. No. I'm talking about a man chooses you when he's willing to drop to one knee and present a ring of significant characters in public.
Agree. That's why I'm single till I'm married.
So men will choose you because you're an attractive single mother who has sexual desires. They're like, well, shit, let's go. Let's get it in. Let's do what we do. Let's talk. Let's talk this. Talk all this. Let's talk that.
We
now,
ain't just. Come on.
I didn't say you were.
You ain't got to be.
Hold on.
Intimate
Ma'am, I did
with
not
everybody.
say that. I did not say that.
It's a lot of comments down there.
I'm not worried about the comments. I'm talking to you.
Okay, come on, Kevin.
You looking at comments. I'm talking to you.
All right, I was multitasking.
I'm saying that you're a healthy woman. Yes, you can have a great time with the man, but it is going to be difficult to find a high value man because that's what you want, a man who's making a certain kind. It would be your daughter's 9. She wouldn't be out of the house until 18. It's 9 years. You'd be 47. Only 8% of black men made that kind of money. I'm sorry. And y'all aren't happy with regular guys. I don't understand.
No, I'm not saying that I'm not. I'm just saying that.
We know, I know, but it's not your first choice. And if you did get them, you feel like you were settling. And we're not on YouTube and people on Instagram, people are watching. You and I know the truth. We know the truth. That it's not something you'd be proud of. It ain't like you be running out to people tell, oh, I'm so proud of my guy who's a plumber. Ooh.
He was a man. A ham sandwich eating man. A no appointment keeping man.
I just love his plumbing ass to death. Come on, that's not.
I would. Listen, if I choose him, trust and believe.
Okay.
It will be for a reason.
Of course, but
many reasons.
And this is some of the problems of having dating with children, and because
I agree.
because you have the child, you have grown accustomed to how you have to move. But every movement, every sacrifice you make, you have a child that is yours for the rest of your life. So it's all investment. You get a return. Somebody who's outside of you has no return. It's all it's all expense. Investment, men have an expense. And as a smart financial person, what are one of the things you want to do?
Lower your risk.
Minimize your risk. Minimize your risk, minimize your expenses. So
I agree with.
But a lot of women don't really feel like kids are. So I got kids. They don't really feel like kids are a demerit on them. They just don't feel like that's why do you care about how many kids I got? So I got kids. Now if you don't have a certain amount of money demerit. If you ain't a certain height, demerit. If you can't stroke me the way I like to be stroked, demerit. If you ain't got that six pack, demerit. Okay? If you socially awkward, demerit. But me, yeah, I'm this big, so I got kids, so I got this, so I'm not the most beautiful, so I don't take no losses. Only you take losses and demerits. I don't. That's how some women view it. I'm not saying all women, but I'm saying some women view it that way. As if men don't look at certain things and give them demerits and give them mark them down in points. They just feel like, why are you looking at that? So what? I got kids, so I'm still this woman that you want, okay? I'm still that stuff. I'm still that ish. Yeah, I got kids, so what? Well, no, I'm done having kids. I'm not gonna have your kids, but I'm high value. At least I think I am, and that's all that matters. Really? I beg to differ on that. Let's go in.
I'm sorry, but that's what it goes down to. So,
so here,
I don't know what's wrong with you and your ex, but that'd be your best bet.
That's not my best bet, but I will, however, reevaluate my options and consider guys. Like, it's not about the salary thing, but I just need to consider guys that maybe there are cultured men that don't make six figures.
I mean, cultured. What do you mean cultured?
Like, I like the
Where
man
you
that
from?
is well read.
Where you from?
I'm from Houston, Texas. Most city where the girls are pretty.
I lived in Houston for 6 years. What do you mean by cultured? Why is that so important to me?
It is important to me because, for one, I like to be able to enjoy different things with a person. Art, music. I like to be able to go to different museums. I'm the type of person I consider.
Did you do that with your ex? Did you do it with your child's father?
Yeah, some of those things. Yeah.
But that's not some, but that it wasn't the nature of your relationship.
No, it wasn't. And the nature of our relationship was a friendship.
So a man that you reproduce with did not have to romance you and do all this other kind of stuff. But then a man who only is going to be a stepfather has to deliver more.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm hearing.
In my history of dating, men have romanced me. I've enjoyed that.
I mean, I'm not saying romance. I'm talking about the culture and this and that. He didn't have to do all that.
He did a few of those things, yeah.
A few.
We connected. We connected on a level that I would appreciate. Actually, was consistent in other men. It wasn't consistent with him.
But
he was.
He
was at a place in his life where he wasn't
but the thing
mature.
The thing is, you said you want somebody who's cultured, and your BD wasn't cultured.
No, he was. He was
Not
he was educated.
Okay. Was he cultured to the level that you're talking about?
I would say for the most part, there wasn't anything that we couldn't talk about. So I would have to say, yeah, he was real educated, intellectual. I mean, he was a guy that I liked and I enjoyed being around. So I would say yes. And I actually date those kind of guys now.
You can't set your standard higher than your BD.
Oh, amen, brother.
Well, I would say this. When you find
any woman can.
Well, Kevin, at some point you have to, right? So as you date, as you evolve, the level of or your standards change over time.
Okay, no. See, this is where you ladies get confused.
Why? Because
listen.
Listen.
Okay. Here's a business problem for you. Name me a product that increases as it ages and gets used.
Appreciating assets. It's lots of products
No. Name me a product. Give me an example of a product.
Okay, let's name what people relate to. in the retail, Rolex. It
doesn't
appreciates in value.
No, it doesn't. It does not appreciate in value with use.
Okay, not with use. Okay,
That's what I said.
I hear what you're saying with use. There's not.
Exactly.
Not in the terms you talking about.
So what you ladies try to do is try to come and say, well, as I've gotten older and more experience, I should be more valuable because I got more experience. Yeah, but the job you were on or the things you're doing got the benefit of your experience. I'm just getting you at the top of your experience. That means you want me to pay prime experience, and I didn't get the value of you getting there. You're asking too much. Listen.
I'm sorry to be interject so quickly, my bad.
Older use. Just because, see, the thing is, you value yourself higher because you're matured and learned more and got all these other experiences. But the thing is, that doesn't matter to us. Okay. When we look at, listen how men think about it. Hold on, it's going to get tight. That's just additional miles. We're looking at the fact that the gravity has been on you more, and your kid is sitting over there. You cannot, y'all are all out of whack with how men think. And this is why you can't get what you want from us, because you're valuing something up here that is a used vehicle with a lot of miles.
Facts.
Okay.
Just because you hand washed it.
Oh.
I kind of compared it to this. Say, for instance, there's a seller, right? And they have Mercedes-Benz SL. Let's put it this way. A Mercedes-Benz. No, let's do this. Let's do it. A Maserati. Okay, let's do Maserati. No disrespect to Maserati. But the Maserati, it's a Maserati. You have a seller who wants to sell their Maserati. Okay. Now, me as a buyer, I love Maseratis. Okay. But when I check the Carfax on it, this Maserati has been through the ringer. Had a new engine. It was in a flood. It had too many recalls, on it. And it had too many things that were it was too expensive to maintain. Okay. Now, it's a Maserati, but it still has way too many things that I have to either repair, replace, or fix, whatever. Right? You as a buyer is going to say, I don't care that it's a Maserati anymore. It's too much to maintain. It's too much to fix. This is how men look at relationships with women. Yeah, you may even be a beautiful woman, but you got this, you got that, you got male energy, you got kids, you got an attitude. You're not giving me a safe place, a place, a comfortable place. You're not my peace. You don't want to cook. You ain't got time to cook. You ain't got time to clean. Your wife facts is coming back whack. Okay. So I don't care how you look at this point. Your wife facts is not looking good. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. I'll even admit that. But I'm looking at the things that I'm not getting, or I have to take care of, or the maintenance to stay in this situation. It's not worth it. If you really have a good investment mind, you would see that it's not worth it. Doesn't matter how it looks. It's the color that I love, black. Okay, that's my favorite color. Okay, it has all the stuff that I like on it. But at the same time, I was hoping I would get this Maserati, but I'm a smart investor, and I would say, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. Let's go back in.
I said this last night on my show.
Do you believe that, because this is where I'm at. At 20, the way that I dated men is now different than the way that I date men at 38.
Okay.
And the expectation that I have, like while I'm interacting with them, even on like the surface level, when you do the first lunch meeting and all of that, my expectation level is different now from that experience. Okay. Not that I expect him to pull out all the nuts and bolts and whistles, but my expectation level of transparency.
That's the problem, and that's the problem.
I said I'm not expecting that. I'm expecting a different level of transparency because of the way that I enter into the scenario.
All right, but the thing is, at 20, you were 20-year-old hot. You had 20-year-old womb. You had 20-year-old body count. You had 20-year-old trauma. You had 20-year-old experience. That's what we value. That's all it comes down to for us.
But don't you feel like with those experiences, a person can add value to your lifetime?
Look.
If we plan on being life partners.
Okay, you want me to answer?
Yes.
Men value your youth, your fertility, your purity, your femininity, submission, ability to cooperate, and fitness. And all of that is at your highest in your youth. The older you get, the older you get.
Right.
But no product gets more expensive with time and use.
Exactly. And unfortunately that is a reality. And I would even say that that's for men too. However, men have a way to maintain their value through monetarily, and they can still reproduce. It doesn't affect them as much as women, but we all deteriorate as we get older. It just is what it is. But all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and give her a ranking. Check this out. And there you have it, the Kevin Samuels interview. All right, this young lady was very interesting to me. She seemed to have she seemed to have a lot of masculine traits, but she was a good listener. So all in all, let me go ahead and rank her. I gave her face a 6.5. As for her body, I gave her body a 6. As for her mentality, her mentality still needs work, man. She's still masculine, but she kind of showed me she's at least a good listener, and she listens. So that's key. So I think she's a little bit above average, so I gave it a 6. All that for a total score of 18.5 points. All right. Like I said, she's masculine, but she's a good listener. So I think she can learn some new ways if she apply herself. All that being said, hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe. All right. Did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? Y'all tell me in the comments. I check y'all out in the next one. Peace.
This relationship is just too much work. You've got to be caring. You've got to communicate. You've got to throw a party. You've got to
buy a gift.
Damn, does he expect me to buy him a gift too?
Who you talking to? You say what they want but can't. I say what you think but won't.